טוב, אנחנו נמשיך. We'll continue. So let's go back to ויגש אליו יהודה. So we say ויגש אליו יהודה, והסופי תיבות שין וו ה, שווה. What שווה? The בעל הטורים said, ראשי תיבות שווה. סופי תיבות שווה. What is שווה? When we're saying the word שווה, שווה meaning equal. Equal what? Equal that Yosef and Yehuda, they equal in the level. Why? Because you are king and I am a king. Both of us are kings. So לכן שווה. This is a remez from בעל הטורים, שווה. But I thought also to say that שווה, there's a different one. Yosef and Yehuda, they always had a fight who is the king in the family. Yaakov thought Yosef, he's supposed to be the king. He is the continuation of Yaakov, and he's going to be the king of the family. The brothers didn't like it. The brothers thought that Yehuda is supposed to be the king of the family. But be'emet, in the eyes of Yaakov Avinu, who is the king? Yosef. Yosef is the king. Now, Yehuda, when he talks to Yosef, he don't know that he talks to Yosef. He's talking to who? To the second one in Egypt. So Melo, you know what? In my father's eye, I am the second one. I have a brother that you were supposed to be the first one. But in my father's eyes, I'm always going to be the second one, because who is the first one? Yosef, he comes from Rachel. The one that came from Rachel, he is the first one.
You're talking about Binyamin.
About Yosef and Yehuda. Yosef and Yehuda. So Yosef is the first one, and Yehuda is the second one. Mishneh LaMelech. Who's supposed to be the Mishneh LaMelech? In the eyes of Yaakov Avinu, is really be'emet, Yehuda. And Yosef is the first one. Well, I am second in my father's house, and you also the second here in Egypt, because Paro, Ani Paro. What is Ani Paro? I am the king. And I give you the authority. I'm giving you the koach to make rules. But who is Paro? He is the king. פרעה is the king, הוא הראשון, אתה השני. אומר, כמו שאתה השני פה במצרים, you number 2, also I am the second one, and I'm the first one. So we have same level. This is the reason he told, the בעל הטורים said, ויגש אליו יהודה, סופי תיבות שווה, שין, וו, ה, שווה, equal. We equal to each other. בפרשה, if we see, הגאון מווילנה עליו השלום, he have reason why the טעמים או ויגש אליו, תסתכלו בפסוק, ויגש אליו יהודה ויאמר בי אדוני, you see the טעמים on top of the word, you have אזלה גריש, look inside, אזלה גריש, ויגש אליו, אזלה גריש, איך אנחנו קוראים לזה? ויגש אליו, רביע, יהודה, זרקה, ויאמר, אחר כך סגולתה, בי אדוני, right? So we have אזלה גריש, רביע, זרקה, שופר הולך, סגולתה. This is the טעמים for the first 6 words. הגאון מווילנה said, there is a remez here in this טעמים. Ashkenazim, they call אזלה גריש, they don't call it אזלה גריש. These two, they don't call it אזלה גריש. They call קדמה ואזלה. קדמה and אזלה. This is the way how they call it, Ashkenazim. We calling it אזלה גריש, they calling it קדמה ואזלה. This is called קדמה, and this is אזלה. Okay? קדמה ואזלה. רביע, everybody call it רביע. What is רביע? רביע is a רביע. The Dutch, the Kadaiman and the Chumash, רביע. ויאמר, מה זה? זרקה. Everybody agree, גם אשכנזים, they call it זרקה. בסדר? השופר הולך זה go like L הפוכה, נכון? Like this. They call it מונח. We calling it שופר הולך. They calling it מונח. למה? You see the leg here, it's sitting. It's like מונח, sitting. אחר כך, סגולתה. Everybody call it סגול, סגולתה, סגול, same thing. הגאון מווילנה עליו השלום said, if you pay attention to this טעמים, there's a remez. You need to ask yourself, what's the reason that Yehuda is the first one that's going to talk to Yaakov, to Yosef. מה זה? Hey, כבוד. A little bit respect. You have your first brother, Reuven, is the Bechor. You have after him, Shimon. Then after him, Levi. Then Yehuda. You're the fourth one. מה אתה קופץ? Huh? מה אתה קופץ? Why are you jumping? First of all, who's supposed to be? Oh, Reuven. If not Reuven, Shimon. If not Shimon, Levi. And then you. Why Yehuda, he jumped first to Yosef to talk to him. So everybody gonna tell you, of course, because he took responsibility, right? He said, I am responsible for this kid. אנוכי ערבנו, מידי תבקשנו. Ask him from my hands, right? ואת אומר, באמת, זה מרומז פה בפסוק, בטעמים. מה אומר? קדמה ואזלה. What is קדמה ואזלה? קדמה, הקדים. מה זה להקדים? First. אזלה, מה זה אזלה in Aramaic? Goes. Why Yehuda, he first one that goes, קדמה ואזלה, he's the first one that goes, כן? But you, רביע, מה זה רביע? רביעי, the fourth one. You רביע, יהודה, you the רביעי. This is the reason that above Yehuda there's רביע. רביע, משון יהודה is the fourth one. רביע, רביעי, כן? You're the fourth one. Why are you talking? You know why was the reason? What's coming after? זרקה. ויאמר זרקה. ככה, נכון? What is זרקה? ואתה יודע למה? זרקה, חס ושלום, אני אזרק מהמונח סגולתה. מהעם סגולה. סגולתה משון סגולה. Special. אני מונח בעם סגולה עכשיו. I am here with amongst these 12 שבטים. ואם חס ושלום, I'm not going to bring בנימין to my father, אני אזרק. זרקה משון לזרוק. I will be, אבא שלי going to throw me out. הקדוש ברוך הוא going to throw me out. From where? From this עם סגולה. So I'm not going to be part of this עם. אומר הגאון מווילנה, this is the reason that you have this טעמים here. Now we understand why Yehuda was the first one to go to talk to Yehuda, to Yosef. Who gave you permission? Because I am part of the Shvatim. And now, if I'm not going to give Binyamin, וחטאתי לאבי כל הימים. כל הימים בעולם הזה, ובעולם הבא גם כן. So, יש פה עניין, we have here עניין מאוד גדול, that יהודה דווקא, only יהודה going to talk to Yosef and no one else. When we talk about Reuven, really Reuven was supposed to bring him back. But Reuven didn't talk and Yehuda spoke. Let's see the story, how it started. When Reuven told the brothers, please don't kill him. When Shimon and Levi wanted to kill Yosef, Reuven told them, don't kill him. נשליחהו אל אחד הבורות. There's a lot of pits here. Let's throw him to one of them. ונראה מה שיהיה. Why Reuven thought really to throw Yosef to the bow? אבל נחשים עקרבים יש בו. אתה יודע מה זה נחשים עקרבים? אתה יודע מה זה נחש? Snakes, scorpions, ארסיים, poison. נוגע בך 5 דקות הבן אדם מת. No more. So Reuven, למען הצילו להביאו אל אביו. What do you want to do? You want to save him to bring him back to the father. Wait a second. You're throwing him where? To a pit with scorpions and snakes. This is the fear of every person, to be next to a snake. Imagine you're going to sleep and there's a snake next to you. Waking up באמצע הלילה בר מינן. אנחנו היינו הורגים אותה. In Israel, one time, we drove. We went, I don't know, it was like a field. All of a sudden, me and my father, we see a huge snake. ענק, שחור. ליד כפר חב"ד, next to כפר חב"ד. snake, שחור. אבא, נחש. שטויות. נחש שחור. הוא אוכל עכברים. He eat mouse. This is what he eat, mice. He don't eat human. Anyway, he went and gave him אחד, הרג אותו. זהו, כן, הרג אותו. He killed him on the spot. אבל, imagine נחשים ארסיים, poison snakes, בר מינן, שם ישמור. הורג את הבן אדם, and a few minutes the בן אדם gonna die. So איזה מחשבה זה להצילו, להביאו אל אביו? טוב. I saw a חידוש from one of the חכמים, one of the מפרשים said, Reuven knew that Yosef, he never sinned in his life. 17 years old, never sinned.
מה אם דיברת זה? אתה שומע עליהם?
זה לא היה עבירה. משמע שלא היה עבירה, לא היה עבירה, משמע שזה לא עבירה, אתה אומר...
מגיל 20.
מה, בית דין של מעלה בגיל 20? אוקיי, יכול להיות, קובי. אבל באמת, ראיתי שלא היה לו עוון. יוסף לא חטא. זה לא ביטול תורה, הוא התגרה ביצר הרע שלו, התגרה, אתם יודעים מה זה להתגרות? To play around with the יצר הרע. He didn't sin, he just play around with his יצר הרע. But to sin, to say Yosef, now Reuven, you want to know, he said, listen, if Yosef is so tzaddik, even if you're going to put him in this pit, מי ממית את הבן אדם? החטא, אין הנחש ממית, גמרא מסכת ענית, אין הנחש ממית, אלא החטא ממית. What really killing the person? The head, not the snake. The Gemara said there was a arod, a snake, big snake, in a cave, in the shchuna, in the neighborhood of Rabbi Elazar, of Rabbi Hana ben Dosa. So they told him, Rabbi, every person go there, makish oto, biting him, and killing him. Shem Mishmo. Amar Rabbi Hana ben Dosa, show me where's the place. He went next to him and he put his leg over there that the nahash going to bite him. He wanted. באותו רגע בא למשוך אותו מת. הנחש מת. רבי חנינא, כישוף? Witchcraft? What are you doing? How you kill this nahash? No one can touch him. That's a giant, Jash, gadol. How you did it? He told them, לא הנחש ממית. Hate ממית. The sin, this is what killing the person. If Yosef, he never sinned, so he's not going to die. Who's going to die? The scorpion's going to die. The snake's going to die. He's going to be okay. And Reuven lo ta'a, because they put him there in the pit and nothing happened to him all this time until they took him out. But then Yehuda, he was afraid. Yehuda was afraid. If he going to stay there, he didn't know that Reuven he going he planning to save Yosef. He thought that Shimon and Levi going to come to the pit and going to kill him. So what Yehuda said, "Ma betzaki nahog et achinu v'chisinu et damo." As a betzah, what we gain out of killing our brother. Let's sell him. Let's sell him. So Yehuda, with his kavanah, it was a kavanah tova. It was a good kavanah. He didn't really wanted that Yosef has shalom going to die. רצה להציל אותו. He also wanted to save him. Reuven want to save him in one way. Yehuda want to save him in a different way. מה בצע כי נערור אל אחינו וכיסינו דמו בעפר, כן? what we getting out of it? Nothing. So here Yehuda אמר לכו ונמכרנו. When Yehuda saw now, when every time that Yaakov Avinu was mourning Yosef, for 21 years, Yaakov was crying and mourning his son Yosef. Every time that Yehuda saw his father, he took the blame on himself. Even if he really wanted to do good. So here, Amar, that's it. I did one mistake. I'm not going to do it again. If I'm not going to bring Binyamin now to my father's house, you know what's going to happen? וחטאתי להביא כל הימים, העולם הזה והעולם הבא. מה זאת אומרת? יוסף, I'm losing my העולם הזה because of Yosef. My העולם הבא, I'm going to lose because of who? Binyamin. I'm going to lose העולם הזה והעולם הבא because Yosef, I am the first one that sold him. I the one that told the brother to sell. If I were telling the brothers not to sell him, they would listen to me. They always, anyway, they're loving me and they told that I am supposed to be the king. But because that Yehuda, he gave the idea to sell Yosef, so תחלתי להביא כל הימים, 2 ימים, עולם הזה זה יוסף, because he gave them the idea to sell him. וזה בעולם הזה. ובעולם הבא, It's Binyamin. This is what he told his father, V'hatati. I'm going to have a sin. A sin when? Ba'olam haba, because I promised to bring him back. Yehuda is responsible now for his brother, and he's taking responsibility also for the brother that he sold before. When Yosef saw it, he couldn't take it anymore. He felt now a little bit good. Why? Because now the brothers really love him. האחים אוהבים אותו. האחים עכשיו רוצים בטובתו. הם מתחרטים, they regret on what they did. He couldn't take it. He went to the room and he started to cry. יוסף התחיל לבכות ובוכה, מרוב התרגשות. הנה, האחים עכשיו אוהבים אותי. They really loving me. ואז אמר להם, אני יוסף אחיכם אשר מכרתם אותי מצרימה. I am this Yosef that you're talking about him right now. You're thinking about him. You said that you're going to look for him. I am this Yosef. You sold me to Egypt. ואז האחים, he was shocked. What's going on here? איזה פחד. איזה פחד. זה יותר מפחיד מהנחש. זה יותר מפחיד מהנחש. The drama. This is real drama. If you want to make a drama movie, this is a drama movie. אם אדם רוצה באמת לעשות סרט כמו בן אדם, זה הסרט שהוא צריך לעשות. עם מוזיקה דרמטית כזאת. זה סרט. אבל זה סרט טוב. It's a good ending. Right. If you go to Pasuk, Pasuk Chafhet, when Yehuda talking to Yosef, and he's telling him what Yaakov told him before he sent Binyamin. Yehuda repeats what Yaakov told them. Look, ויצא אחד מאיתי, ואומר אך טרוף תורה ולא ראיתיו עד הנה. The one left me. ויצא אחד, he left my house. ואומר, what I said, אך טרוף טורף. But he got bitten from an animal. ולא ראיתיו עד הנה, I didn't see him until now. You're talking about Yosef. In this pasuk, we have a huge question. If you know in Parashat Vayeshev, if you go to Parashat Vayeshev, in Parashat Vayeshev, מה קרה? כתוב, when the brothers, they brought the כתונת פסים to יעקב, מה הם אמרו לו? הקרנה למי? הקרנה כתונת בנך, right? הקרנה כתונת בנך יוסף. הוא הסתכל, מה הוא אמר? what יעקב said? היה רעה אכלת הוא, טרוף טורף יוסף. He said two things. היה רעה אכלת הוא, טרוף טורף יוסף. מה זה היה רעה אכלת הוא, טרוף טורף יוסף? It's supposed to be the opposite. בהמה first טורפת. מה זה לטרוף? אתה יודע מה זה לטרוף? To attack. First she's attacking, and then she eating, right? Wild animal, lion. He's not eating right away. First of all, he attacking you. After he attack, is taking his unin'al, okay? He lock on the teref, on the animal or on the meat that you have there, and then he's sitting quietly and eating. Sometimes they're taking it under a tree, or they're going to a safe place to eat. Even the lions know it. Even the lions know that when you eat, please don't bother me. אפילו האריות יודעים, כשאני אוכל, אל תפריע לי, אני אוכל עכשיו. לוקח איזה פינה ואוכל את זה. כן? זה חכמים, זה סמארט. אז שמה כתוב, חיה רעה אכלת הוא, טרוף טורף יוסף. She ate him, the Chaya Ra'ah ate him, and then Tarof Toraf, and then attack him. It's supposed to be the opposite. First Tarof Toraf Yosef, first attack him, and then Achalatu, then the Chaya, then the animal ate him. This is a good question, right? I had a idea, there's a few hidushim, but I had an idea that I think it's true. Rashi said, Haya ra'a chalatu בפרשת וישב, if you go to פרשת וישב, Haya ra'a, what Rashi said, נתנצצה ברוח הקודש. Yaakov Avinu had some ruach hakodesh, even if he was mourning, and usually a person that said cannot have kedusha and nevuah, meaning prophecy and ruach hakodesh, you cannot have nevuah. You need to have only when you're happy. It was Shabbat, I think I spoke about it. כן, was Shabbat. שמה כתוב, מה אומר? ויהי כנגן המנגן, ותנח עליו הרוח. David HaMelech, he was the violinist of Shaul. Shaul was the king. David was a regular soldier in the army of Shaul. And when Shaul because he suffered from depression, very high depression, the last few years of his life, very high depression. איך קוראים לזה היום? Anxiety. כן? כל היום anxiety, כל היום. מה יש לי? What happened to this kid? Leave him, he have anxiety. Okay. This kid, what happened to him? He's suffering from anxiety. And this kid, what happened to him? He have problem in his heart is beating. ככה, he have anxiety. דחילה, כולם anxiety, חמורים. איזה generation מטומטם זה. כל היום רק anxieties. אין anxiety, סתם שטויות. סתם שטויות. כל השטויות האלו. Of course it's good for business. Because who you think he made this idea? Well, the psychologists, the doctors. Psychiatrists for the pills, psychologists for the time, and the doctors for to send people, reference people. אל תדאגו, יש לכולם יש מה לאכול. Anyway, so איפה הייתי? איך הגעתי לשם? חיה רעה חלטו, טרוף טורף יוסף. כן? החידוש, כן. אז באמת, so when nevuah. תודה רבה, thank you. So Shaul, he had a hard depression, very, very severe depression. Now, when a person have depression, don't have nevuah. מה היה עושה בשביל כשיהיה לו קצת רוח הקודש? שאול, הגם שהוא בנביאים, שאול was a נביא. He was a prophet, also a prophet. So David HaMelech, he know how to play nice. He had a sense to music. Maybe playing a philharmonic, I don't know. Yeah, it was a good one. Playing a violin. He played on the violin for Shaul HaMelech. Shaul got the kedusha back to him because of the nigun, because of the music. Because of the music. He got the kedusha back to him, the nevuah, and he had a koach to learn Torah. He had the concentration when he learned the nevuah. So same thing here. Yaakov Avinu Hazit, all these 21 years, he couldn't have nevuah because he was depressed on his son. He was supposed to stop to be depressed after 12 months. That's it, no more depression. But when 12 months it's enough, only when the guy died. When the guy died, that's it. There is no more avelut after 12 chodesh. But somebody that's still alive, you cannot forget him. So, הוא עצמו לא ידע, אבל he felt it. He felt that something here not right, because even people that their children, Haz v'shalom alechem, now they're in the Shevi, right? Even if they die, they cannot release. They cannot feel better until they're gonna see the body dead, and they're gonna bury him. I heard it once from the wife of Ron Arad. Ron Aradi, one of the. כן, רון ארדי was one of the. תחכו רגע. תחכו כמה אתם מדברים, שנייה רגע. היה אחד מהאנשים that he went with his airplane, and we don't know until today where is he. Of course, meaning 90% that he died already. 100% he died. How many years already? It's years. 20 years? יותר, 30 שנה.
אנחנו פה 30 שנה, ואני כבר לפני זה.
כן. זה נראה שהוא מת, אבל המשפחה שלו עדיין, cannot accept it. It's very hard for them to accept that he died. You know why? Because they didn't put they didn't put the cement on the קבר.
יש הרבה אנשים שלא ימצאו את הגופות שלהם, מי יגיד להם איפה זה הלך?
הם הולכים עם זה לקבר, הם מתים עם זה, המשפחות שלהם מתים עם זה. זה לא פשוט, זה קשה מאוד, קשה מאוד. So יעקב אבינו he couldn't get any שמחה. But רש"י אומר, נתנצצה ברוח הקודש. מה זה נתנצצה? You have like a sparks of feelings of קדושה. בסטיל, זה יעקב אבינו. צדיק כמו יעקב אבינו, מי? בחיר שבאבות. The main father, not the spares, the second, the main one, the בחיר שבהם זה יעקב אבינו. חס ושלום to say that יעקב אבינו didn't have some קדושה in him, חס ושלום. Of course, he has some קדושה. So רש"י אומר, נתנוצצה בו רוח הקודש. He got some sparks of רוח הקודש. And he said, חיה רעה אכלת הוא, it's not חיה רעה, literally, חיה רעה, bad animal. It's a bad person that acts like animal. So you know who is this? אשת פוטיפר. The wife of Potiphar. He saw that Yosef still alive. He saw that Yosef is struggling with somebody. He didn't know who is this, but he know he's struggling with a חיה רעה. This is the Ruach HaKodesh that Rashi said that he had. חיה רעה זה אשת פוטיפר. טרוף טורף. What is טרוף טורף? That another בעיות that you have, another טרפות. טרוף משון טרף, כן? So another, מטרף את דעתו עליו. הדעה שלו מתבלבלת. טרוף טורף יוסף. So another problem. In the beginning he was in אשת פוטיפר's house. And then in jail. And then he waited. He was supposed to leave. And they go out of jail. And then they keep it another 2 years. Hazit. He suffered so much until he got to the מנוחה והנחלה, to the kingdom. So זה מה שהוא אמר. חיה רעה אשת פוטיפר. טרוף נטרף, זאת אומרת in jail. And then טורף, another 2 years in jail. Right? This is what explaining. The Hachamim explain. One of them מפרשים, I forgot who. So I said, in the beginning, he said חיה רעה because he was קודם to the ניסיון of אשת פוטיפר. It was before the test of Potiphar's wife. This is the reason he said חיה רעה אכלת וטרוף טורף. But here in this pasuk, what he said, ויצא אחד מאיתי, look in the pasuk כ"ח, ויצא אחד מאיתי ואומר אך טרוף טורף. What is אך טרוף? Only טרוף טורף, no חיה רעה. Where is the חיה רעה? No more. Very good. He had another Ruach HaKodesh, Yaakov, that there is no more חיה רעה because he passed. This son, Yosef, he already passed. He had some kedusha in his sechel. He understood that Yosef passed the test of חיה רעה. ואומר, אך טרוף. מה זה אך? Only טרוף טורף. Still he's suffering. But I don't know where. זה מה שיעקב אבינו hinted פה לילדים שלו. אני חושב שהטרוף טורף פה, כן? האטק שיוסף lived, meaning the anxiety that Joseph lived in his life, it was that he couldn't see his father yet. This is the hardest.
But he was the king. If he wanted to go to Eretz Israel...
זו שאלה מפורסמת של כל המפרשים ששאלו, דיברנו על זה גם שבוע שעבר בשיעור. הוא יכל ללכת, הוא לא יכל ללכת. הוא לא יכל. He had the harem of the brothers that no one can tell Yaakov Avinu. There's a harem. If Hasi Shalom, somebody passing this harem, you're gone. No olam hazeh, no olam haba. Hasi Shalom. They mahrim. Not only that, Yitzhak Avinu, the grandfather, he knew. He knew it. Vayevk oto aviv. Pasuk said, Vayevk oto aviv. Rashi said, I don't know if Rashi, one of them said, Vayevk oto aviv. I think Rashi. Aviv means vayevk oto, bacha oto aviv. His father cried for him. He saw his son crying, Yaakov's crying, and he knew that Yosef's still alive, and he couldn't consoling him. So he was also crying. Yitzhak was crying with Yaakov.
How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know?
He knew. Yitzhak knew about the Mechira. They told the grandfather about the Mechira. They told Yitzhak. They told Yitzhak about the Mechira, but they didn't tell Yaakov. So now, if you're going to send somebody, Yaakov going to... This is the reason.
Then if you tell יצחק about the מכירה, אז מה, יצחק לא יכל לסדר את הבלגן הזה?
אין לסדר. מה לסדר? חל מכרו אותו, איפה הוא נמצא? לא יודעים איפה הוא נמצא. אבל גם כן, another thing. Yitzhak knew that this is the time that Bnei Israel is supposed to go down to Egypt. הרי הקדוש ברוך הוא told אברהם אבינו, הקדוש ברוך הוא אמר לאברהם אבינו, ועבדו ועינו אותם 400 שנה בארץ לא להם. So Yitzhak already knew. Yitzhak knew that it's supposed to be done in a place, and he knew beruach kodsho yareh, he had a nevuah. He knew that this is the beginning of the galut of Am Yisrael and Mitzrayim, and they went down to Mitzrayim because of that. Yosef went down, then Yaakov went down, all the Shvatim went with them. That's the way how the galut started. I saw, I remember one Hidush, and my friend Hachamuri Rat, he told me this week, he told me about it. He told me, I remember it years ago. I saw it in one of the books, but I don't remember which one. And he told it to me this week. He said, if you pay attention, since Yaakov Avinu went down to Egypt in Parasha, this Parasha, and next week's Parasha, Parashat Vayechi, Yosef sees his father only twice. What? You didn't see your father for 22 years. You're crying. Tsar. I felt it. I felt it. When I came to America and I couldn't go to Israel because of the army, הייתי משתגע. המוח שלי was on fire every day. Until I finished with the army, I finished with all the shtiyot, everything, then now I have a free pass to go in and out, Baruch Hashem, I have no problem. But before that, 6, 7, 8 years, I couldn't go, I couldn't see my friends. One time I went, then I couldn't go for 3, 4 years, and then again, another 5, 6 years I couldn't see my parents. It's very hard. It's the hardest. It's the hardest thing that a person, you have family, because I told my mother, maybe you're gonna go to Egypt, but on the side of the Israeli. I'm gonna go to Egypt on the side of the Egyptians, and I'm gonna say hi to you from there. We're gonna see each other on the border. I can go all over. I have a citizen. I have American citizen. I can go all over. But not ארץ ישראל. אם לא, אתה יושב בכלא. אני לענריו 3 ילדים כבר. I have 3 kids. It's not easy. Same thing Yosef has it. He can go. Like you said, he can go, but he cannot. Because Haz v'Shalom, if you're going to go, you're going to get it. And you're not. So twice only he saw his father. Since he went down to Mitzrayim, only twice he saw his father. What? אתה כל כך מחכה לראות את אבא שלך. You're waiting so long to see your father, and since he went down to Egypt, Yaakov, you seeing him only twice? הוא אומר, פירוש נהדר ונפלא. הוא אומר, אתה יודע, you know why was the reason? Because he was afraid to be next to his father to ask him questions.
Asking questions what?
What happened? That his father was going to ask him questions. What happened? Where were you all these years? מה קרה? איך ירדת? מה אמרו? הוא השתדל כמה שפחות להיות ליד אבא שלו. And also, beside this, and every time that he go to his father, what he's doing, he's taking his 2 children with him always. Why? בשביל מה? אם ישאל של אבא, I'm sorry, I have my kids, I cannot talk right now, I'm sorry. חכם. Huh?
Why not? What's the big deal?
He's gonna tell him about
And then you're going to have to tell him what happened and with the Mechira. You're going to ask questions. Yaakov going to ask questions. Who sold you? How you got to Mitzrayim? What happened? You have to tell me. You're going to put pressure on him to tell him what's the story of all these 22 years. And no, אבל האחים put the harem. There's a harem. 10 people put 10 giants, not regular people. 10 giants, the brothers. They put every person that you're going to talk about it and put them in a harem. שהם ישמעו, יוסף לא want to be in this harem.
אבל גם יעקב עשה את זה לאבא שלו. הוא לא ראה את אבא שלו שנים גם כן.
בסדר, אבל מה זה שייך? מה זה שייך? פה יצחק ורבקה. בסדר, אבל דיברנו על זה כבר, שזה היה כנגד זה כנגד זה. אבל יצחק ורבקה, they send Yaakov to Haran. And Rivka, what Rivka told them? I'm going to send to take you back in the right time. She didn't send him, so Yaakov, באמת, technically, doesn't have to go there. Doesn't have to go back to Eretz Canaan. But Yosef, I send you and V'hashiveni davar. Please go see what's the story with your brother and then so V'hashiveni davar. Come back to me. He never came back. This is something. This matter is something that it was sits on Yaakov and Yosef, and it's not simple. Not simple at all. לא, ברוך השם, אנחנו לא נאשים על זה. תעשה לי טובה, אל תיתן לנו עונשים מיותרים. הוא ממציא לי עוד עונשים. די, מספיק כבר. די, מה פתאום? עד היום נענשים. עד היום אנחנו נענשים. חס ושלום. חס ושלום. עוד דבר אחרון. The last thing. בפסוק. אתם ידעתם כי שיניים ילדה לי אשתי. בפסוק כ"ז, פסוק אחד לפני כן. בפסוק אחד לפני כן. כן? אז מה הוא אמר לו שמה? פסוק כ"ז, you have פסוק כ"ז? בפסוק כ"ז, ויאמר עבדך אבי אלינו, אתם ידעתם כי שיניים ילדה לי אשתי. ויצא האחד, this is where we just read it, וזה פסוק כ"ט, ולקחתם גם את זה מעם פניי וקראו אסון, והורדתם את צבתי ברעה שאולה. בפסוק כ"ז he said, ויאמר עבדך אבי אלינו, אתם ידעתם כי שיניים ילדה לי אשתי. I have two from my wife. And this pasuk we need to understand why two from this wife. Why Baruch Hashem Yaakov have children, have 12 children. Besides this, you have grandchildren. Oh, very good. אתם ידעתם כי שיניים ילדה לי אשתי. My wife is only one. is רחל. לאה is extra. She's not my wife. בלהה אין זלפה הם פילגשים שלי. You know what's פילגשים? פילגש. Extra. But really, my isha, my wife, is רחל. She's עקרת הבית. She's the main one. She's the עיקר. לכן הוא אמר לו, ויאמר עבדך אבי אלינו, my father, your slave, my father, אתם ידעתם, when he spoke to the brothers, before he sent Binyamin, it was very hard for him to send Binyamin down. ואתם ידעתם כי שיניים ילדה לי אשתי. My wife have שניים, only two. Now the first one left. And now the second one, if the second one not going to come back, חס ושלום, חס ושלום, והורדתם את צבתי ברעה שאולה.
מה זה ברעה שאולה? מה זאת אומרת?
לשאול. שאול, I'm going to tell you. We spoke about it that the person,
הוא ימות בצער.
כן, זה אבל שאול, המילה שאול. או, יפה מאוד. יש 7 levels לגיהנום. שאול, תחתית שאול is the bottom one, is the hardest one. תחתית שאול, the bottom of שאול. Sheol is the highest level, meaning is the hardest level in Gehenna. But I think here that there is more than that. There is more than regular Sheol, regular more Gehenna, regular Gehenna. What's more? We said the person that died with no banim is considered mitat karet. This is considered karet, right? We learned, we spoke about it. What is karet? Person that does it with no banim. Or different karet is a person that died בקיצור ימים ושנים. We said from 50 to 60.
אם אין לו בנים אז זה כרת.
כן, אדם שמת בלי בנים זה נקרא כרת. נחרט הזרע שלו. נחרט, אין לו המשך.
הרב לא בא אצל לו ילדים.
It's considered כרת, מצטער. מי אני שאני אגיד דבר כזה, אבל לפי הכללים שאנחנו יודעים, זה חלק מזה כרת. יש כמה סוגי כרת, יש כרת בעולם הזה, בעולם הבא. חס ושלום בעולם הבא הוא נמצא עם צדיקים וחסידים. מלאכי השרת משמשים את הרבי מלובביץ'. קודש קודשים, חסיד עליון. אבל בעולם הזה, כרת של העולם הזה, he finished. He had no kid, he had no children. יש לו מיטה כרת, שמשמו. Who knows? היו הרבה גדולים. Maybe it's a תיקון. Maybe it's a special נשמה, maybe it's not כרת. It's just special נשמה that Baruch sent to this world just for us to enjoy His glory, His all.
או בגלגול של מישהו, של צדיק גדול.
בכל אופן, so when we said what we said before, that Yaakov Avinu looked on his wife, the main wife is who? Is Rachel. Now, if this one gonna die and the other one gonna die, basically, consider having מיתת כרת. זה מה שהוא אמר פה, והורתם את צבתי ברעה שאולה. חס ושלום, you're gonna die with כרת, with no children, but wait a second, you have children, but not from the main wife. So he's gonna consider in his eyes like he's going to תחתית שאול. What's equal to כרת? When a person go to the highest level of Gehenna. So all זה. אז הוא אומר, באמת כרת זה לא באמת כרת, למה? Why is not real כרת? You have children from the פלגשים, from לאה, from זה. אבל it's going to feel like what? Like I am bottom in שאול. והורתם את צבתי ברעה שאולה. I'm going to feel that I am down in שאול, and I'm not going to have any כוח anymore בחיים שלי. לכן, יוסף, he couldn't take it, and he said, אני יוסף אחיכם. And then, the end, we know that, Baruch Hashem, they got together. Baruch Hanai Le'olam. Amen. Amen. We have